Get your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.
In the navigation bar, under the Transactions link is the Sales link. Clicking this will take you to the Sales Transactions page. Here, all of the sales transactions for the last 365 days will be displayed. At the top of the page is a money bar that will display any unbilled, unpaid, and paid transactions from the last 365 days. Clicking any section of this money bar will filter the list below to display only those types of transactions. You can click the same section again, or click the Clear Filter or View All link to view all the transactions once again. You can expand and collapse the money bar by clicking the arrow located below it on the right-hand side of the page. Above the money bar are two drop-down buttons. The first is labeled Import Transactions. The only option currently available is Square. You can import your transactions from Square by clicking this button. The other is a New Transaction button. Your options are Invoice, Payment, Estimate, Sales Receipt, Credit Memo, Delayed Charge, and Time Activity. Selecting any one of these options will open their respective creation menus. Below the money bar is a Filter button. Clicking this button will open a menu that will allow you to adjust what is displayed in the transaction list. The first option is to change the type of transactions listed. The default for this selection is All Transactions. The drop-down button contains options for all transactions, estimates, invoices, sales receipts, credit memos, unbilled income, recently paid, money received, and statements. The next option is for the status of the transaction. The default for this section is All Statuses. The other options in the drop-down button are Open, Overdue, Paid, Pending, Accepted, Closed, Rejected, and Expired. To the right of Status is the delivery method. The options in this button are Any, Print Later, or Send Later. Any is the default option for this selection. The next option under the Filter button is for the date. The options in the Date button are Last 365 Days, Custom, Today, Yesterday, This Week, This Month, This Quarter, This Year, Last Week, Last Month, Last Quarter, Last Year, and All Dates. The default for this option is Last 365 Days. To the right of the Date drop-down button are two calendar fields. Entering dates into these fields will automatically change the selection for Date to Custom. The final option in the Filter drop-down button is Customer. Here you can select a specific customer or leave the default option of All selected. When you have completed setting your filters, you can click the Apply button to set the changes and update the transaction list. Alternatively, you can click the Reset button to reset the defaults for the filter. Under the Filter button, above the list, is a Batch Actions drop-down button. This button contains the options Print Transactions, Print Packing Slip, and Send Transactions. The Print Packing Slip and Send Transactions options are only available for transactions that are still open or pending. Note that they will be unselectable for transactions that are closed or paid. There are three icons on the right-hand side of the screen above the sales transaction list. The first is the print icon, which when clicked will open a PDF view of the sales transaction list as well as the print dialog box. The next is the Export to Excel icon. Clicking this will export your sales transaction list to an Excel file. The final icon is the gear icon, and it can be used to adjust what is displayed in the list. The options under the gear are columns and rows. Under columns, you can select what columns are displayed in the sales transaction list by checking the checkbox next to the column names. The rows drop-down button allows you to select how many rows are displayed on the screen. The final option is a checkbox for displaying the list as compact. The column headings that are displayed by default for sales transactions within this list are Date, Type, Number, Customer, Due Date, Balance, Total, and Status. Clicking any line within this list will open the menu for that particular transaction. For example, clicking a payment will open the Receive Payment menu. Also note that the Action column may contain a drop-down box for each line item, depending on the content of the line item.
Like what you see? Pick up your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.